This is the new Normal Podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the New Normal Podcast. You know, before I start introducing everybody, I gotta say something real quick. You know, this is a real proud moment for me right now. It's real special because, you know, me and Janelle, we've been doing this for a year. We've been doing we definitely been doing this for a year, and it's our 1 year anniversary. You know that, right?
Do you know what today is?
Ooh.
It's our anniversary.
It is.
Anniversary.
Definitely. So,
That's my part.
oops.
It's anniversary.
That's what's up for real.
But yeah, you know, we've been doing it for a year. You know, I definitely didn't think that it would last. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't think it was gonna last a year. I didn't think it was gonna last like a month. But
Wow, high hopes.
I know. I'm real grateful for like all our listeners that have been following us on our streaming platforms. Like we've been doing a lot of things. Like we did our Facebooks, we did our IGs, we did our own little live studio audience a couple of times. We've done a lot of these things, and now, you know, with this being our 1 year mark, this is going to be our first YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's give a round of applause for ourselves, you know.
Round of applause.
Yes,
Jody,
yes,
make
yes.
that
So,
ass
you know,
clap.
so, you know, with that being said, you know,
Happy anniversary, y'all.
Like, it's crazy how fast a year goes.
It is.
It really is.
And that's a testament to y'all's dedication, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely. So, with that being said, you know, let me introduce myself. You know, everybody call me Easy, but y'all might call me
That's just my baby daddy.
I'm your favorite baby daddy. I'm Easy.
I'm not even
here
gonna front
with-
that be a bop. As much as it annoys me that like he calls himself that, but I mean
Again, let's
That's just
play it again for the
daddy.
people.
That's just my baby daddy.
So yeah, that, you know, I'm Easy, you know, and to the left of me right here, you know, is a lovely, you know, she got a little color in y'all.
she got
Yeah,
10.
she got a little tan.
She went from medium well to well.
Y'all guys, and she's still black as fuck.
So, you know, our resident T-bone steak, you know, our food bae, Goddess Janelle.
I'm back and I'm black. Peace and love.
You know,
You're bright as fuck tonight.
She's back and she's black, okay?
yes.
Don't hate. Okay.
He just say good because now y'all on the same level of
Right.
playing field.
No, I literally put arms together and I was like, we're like the same
She
complexion.
tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and moving forward, you know, over here, you know, on all the way to, you know, the other end of the couch, you know, our social butterfly over there, you know, Miss Sophie.
Hey y'all.
Are you ready?
Hey.
You was ready for something? You
No, I was waiting for the to end
Oh, okay.
so I could say
I thought
hey
she
y'all.
thought, she thought there was gonna be shots, but then she realized when there was no shots, she didn't know what to do. She was like, "Damn."
I was waiting for a shot.
I was waiting for the shot in my head, but like my pause was for the thing to end so I could greet the people and say hey y'all.
Right.
She's waiting
Hey,
for the
y'all.
sparkles at the ground. No doubt. No doubt.
And you know, and other man of the show, you know, Mr. 24-hour fitness over there.
You had to throw that in there.
I can't.
Mr.
24-hour
Mr. 100 TV. Or shot over there. Oops, I'm getting a little feedback, but I shot over there, you know.
I know this shit, man.
All right, so you know what we gotta do. You know what we gotta do.
Oh shoot. I
So-
was sipping before.
I mean, we all been sipping. You know,
know.
I've been sipping.
But Sean, do you not have a cup?
I do not.
You better.
This newfound glory
But
that
you know-
I have found is
There
kicking my
you
ass
go.
right now.
But you have to cheers with us. You have to.
I mean, you just use the bottle. You know.
Yeah, use the bottle. Yeah,
Use the bottle.
something.
It's
you gotta,
cool.
you gotta
There you
cheers.
go.
You have to.
So you know, we're cheering up. You know, for a year anniversary. you know.
Yes,
To
and
health, wealth, and self.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck
Yes.
bitch ass niggas.
Yes.
Ooh. Wow.
Just get that off your chest.
Yeah,
man.
I'm about to say, that's how you really
You know,
feel.
right? Tell us how you really feel, Janelle.
Just
I'm a little emotional tonight, and I'm normally not.
Pow.
so emotional.
You know.
Maybe she is dark skinned, y'all.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. It's
What
coming
does that
out.
mean?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? She's,
Dark skinned people are emotional?
No, I mean,
Right, what does that even mean?
I mean,
It's
she's-
okay because I'm emotional too. So
y'all know the
I'll let you
stigma.
slide with that. You know,
You know that
that
might
may be
be
somewhat accurate.
Y'all know the stigma.
Yeah, no, the stigma.
But you know, before we jump into our topic, you know, I just want to shout out to Washington State. You know, the state of Washington. Yo, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
you really want us to get vaccinated real bad. Yo,
Too bad.
They really
Too
want
bad.
us to get
To get
vaccinated.
vaccinated.
People to get
Real
vaccinated.
bad.
because they're willing to give out
A
weed,
pre-rolled-
a pre-roll blunt, just to get
Who's rolling? I
vaccinated.
want to know who's rolling this
Yo.
blunt. Who in the government?
Imagine
is rolling
people
this
at the city hall sitting there.
Yeah, seriously. Like, who's rolling this
They
shit?
were like, "This is for Sophie.
Yeah.
Right.
This is for
Like, who is sitting there doing that?
So it was
Who
weird.
Tyrone y'all hired?
Right.
Who Ray Ray y'all hired?
I hope
to
they
sit
hired
there?
a black dispensary, if anything. If you,
You know
gonna,
they didn't.
If you
You
gonna
know
try
they
to
didn't.
target black people, at least hire the black dispensary.
So
But they didn't.
it was beer, and then it was chicken
And wine.
and wine. Now
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
Now it's pre-rolled.
in West Virginia, they're talking about giving guns away.
What?
Oh hell no!
Well, I want, if anything, I'm gonna get vaccinated in West Virginia. I'm gonna get my gun.
I'm moving to Canada.
I'm gonna get my gun.
It's not much better over there
Same
anyway.
thing.
So
y'all.
It's
Yeah.
not, but at least I got free health care. Kids get free education.
Right.
You right, you
it's
right.
just as cold here as our shit.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
So you know, so let's get into our topic of the show. You know, we was talking about this, you know, after the show last week, and we all agreed we should, you know, bring this up. And it's insecurities, y'all. You know, like we all, you know, I wish we could play. You know, YouTube does not allow us to play certain music, so if y'all can just picture it in your head, I might just put on just a little bit before YouTube try to take me down, but. You know, just, you know, Insecure, you know, Jasmine Sullivan's little song right there, you know, with Bryson, you know, that's my joint right there. But
Give a jam.
yeah, that's my jam. But what is all y'all insecurities? Like what is one of your insecurities? I want to know that.
So like, it's a few. Like, you know what I mean?
You
I
got a
think
few?
everybody has physical insecurities, right? So if I had to say like a physical insecurity, I would probably say, because like, you know, I'm not that endowed in the boob area. I would say that's probably one of my
You want some?
insecurities. You know what? Give me some.
I'll give you some.
And you can have some of this.
Word.
And you can have some. You can have. Yeah, you can
some.
literally have some of my butt. You can have some of that. But I would say more. But like, I think the more you get older and the more you realize like that's not really a factor to like who you really are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I think, you know, that's been less of an insecurity for me. I think now like my insecurities are like achievement insecurities, right?
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like things that I want to accomplish that I haven't, you know what I mean? And things like that. So,
Got you.
yeah.
I think for me, I definitely have to agree with Janelle. With
What, titties?
okay, yes. Okay, so
But that's
so
an
insecurity.
insecurity because they're huge.
yes, so that was, and growing up, I was always made to feel like it was abnormal for my titties to be so big because I developed very early. I developed in the 4th grade. So like, imagine being a 4th grader with some big ass titties. Like, my mom took me to the freaking doctor and was like, something is wrong with my daughter. Her boobs should not be this big. Like, so for me, like, it's always been an insecurity with how big my boobs are. That's why till this day, like, I rarely wear it tight. Like, this is probably like,
You don't really show them like that.
Yeah, if people that been following the podcast for a minute, y'all would, if y'all go back and watch our lives, go on the Instagram and watch our lives and stuff like that, you always see me in like baggy clothes. You would never be, and all my friends always say the same things, like, you would never know I have big boobs under my clothes because I hide it so well. I'm just now starting to get comfortable with wearing stuff that like showcase them, but also the achievement thing, I would definitely agree with that. For me, it's one of my biggest insecurity. And lastly, it's weird. I kind of have to explain it, but my religion is an insecurity.
That's different.
Yes, and I like thinking about it, like spending the week, you know, once we had the topic, spend the week thinking about it. I really like was like growing up, and even like till now, one of my biggest insecurity is my religion. And so for me, it was like, because people always put this, because I'm a Christian, people always put this cap on me. But I'm like,
okay,
why can I be a Christian in the streets too? No, like,
so
like that.
You told me it's the type of Christian you are, though.
I grew up Pentecostal, and so for me, I wore skirts all the way up until senior year of high school.
you ain't wear that skirt.
That's really an insecurity in 2021 though?
She's saying growing up.
Growing up?
But
you said to this day you wear baggy clothes.
It's an insecurity now, not the clothes part, but the part that's insecurity now is the fact that like I feel like I can't be who I'm truly am because of the judgment that's going to come to me from people in church and all that stuff like that.
So it ties in together, you mean? The first and the one about the
yes,
The breast,
yes.
the
It
breast.
does tie
You
into
could say
that.
no. Hold on. Let's
girls.
let's make sure Sean can say
the rack,
the rack. You know,
Yes.
the cleavage,
Right.
Cleveland.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
all
I'm
that.
just saying it's fun. It's just interesting because like every girl is trying to get that. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody is trying to, you know, do that, and it's crazy that would be an insecure. You know
And
what I mean?
growing up in the church is like you're not supposed to showcase them. You're not supposed to have them out.
Right.
And so and also the fact that I developed so young,
Right.
also was also a problem. So like I just like did what I had to do and just covered it up for years. But also when I say I feel like I can't be myself, but it's like doing things like that I like to do, going out, drinking, smoking hookah, like those things like church folks will look upon and frown upon,
Right.
and then when they see you in church, like
Whispering
shout out
behind
and
your
all
back.
yes, because
Yeah.
like church folks are the most judgmental people.
But
on
do
the
the
planet.
worst
Of course,
shit.
of course, of
Right.
I do the
course.
worst shit.
And
Even though thou shalt not judge, right?
thou shalt not judge.
I don't know.
Well, not here. This is a no judgment zone. But wait, I wanted to piggyback off of you real quick because
I judge.
so growing up, I developed early, right? And I thought I had big boobs back then because everybody was flat chested, but then everybody's boobs started to grow bigger and mine didn't, and I was just like, "Yo, actually, I don't have big boobs at all."
So I mean, I gotta get to Sean, but I feel like I gotta piggyback off of that one too. So you know, like in kindergarten and stuff, right? I thought I was tall. You know, I thought I was tall. You know, like.
Kindergarten though.
You know, like it was. I thought I was normal. Then
Tell us about it.
niggas hit like first grade and realized that like niggas was kept moving up. And I have a funny story because like from first grade to like up until like my senior year of high school, like every year I'll go to my mom and be like, "Yo, mom, when am I gonna grow?" And every year,
It's the
every
senior year of high
year,
school.
Exactly. And every year, my mom was like,
Next year.
next year, honey. Next year.
You haven't hit your growth spurt yet. Right.
And it was just like, I was like, all right, you know what? It's gonna happen for
coming.
me. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I'm
It's
a
gonna
late
happen.
bloomer.
And
It's just
I
never
got to
happened.
like my senior year, and I was like, yo, Mom, you lied, yo. Like, you straight up lied to me. Because I'm the shortest person in my family. Like,
Really? Okay.
like, it's just,
Is your mom taller than you?
yes.
Oh shit.
I just said I'm the shortest person in my,
I
ain't
thought
no,
you meant men, like the shortest
no,
man.
no,
in your
man, woman, child. I am the shortest.
It's
Like,
okay, I'm the shortest too. I'm taller than you, but I'm the shortest. In
your
my
mic
family.
is now being
though,
mute.
right? That made you a dope running back, right?
It did.
See how
It
that
did.
works?
It
See how that shit
did.
works?
But you know, we gonna get to that though.
No,
but
you know what? No, you might as well finish yours because you already started. So, what is your insecurity again? I'm sorry. What is
I
that?
mean,
The fact that he's just short, you make him so short.
the roast and the shots. Wow. Wow. Y'all just
Yeah,
gonna
they putting
keep.
sauce on
Y'all
it.
just keep shooting me. Keep shooting me. How many more clips y'all got? You got another one?
Several.
Seven.
But,
It's seven in the clip.
All right.
But we'll,
That's the
we'll,
legal
we'll
limit.
let this continue because we still need to go to Sean.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to Sean. Let's go to Sean, man. You know.
Insecurities.
Yeah.
People calling you light skinned Drake.
Yeah, the light skin shit is just like a thing. It's a
Seriously?
big thing. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm instantly put in a box. They think they just think all types of crazy shit. You know, they think I fucking. Oh yeah, get that.
Yeah.
You know, they think I don't know. They think I take long and shit. You know, getting ready. You know.
They think
You
you're
know
not
what?
sensitive. You take long walks in the rain.
Right. They think, you know what I mean? Like I drink and drive or some shit. Like,
So do you Drake and drive?
I do not.
You do not Drake and drive.
You don't drink and drive.
No, not drink, but
Drake.
Drake.
Drink and
Yes.
drive.
No.
Drake and drive. Okay.
I mean, I
I
might
have a t-shirt that
listen
said
to
that
some
too.
Lemon Pepper freestyle. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
okay.
Not Lemon
You know what I'm
Pepper
saying? I might-
But
I
you're not doing the R
I'm
and
not doing the
B.
Marvin's Room and the,
Oh, okay, okay.
you know what I'm saying? And
That's
the,
cool.
And the yeah, I'm gonna do those.
You sure?
I don't know.
Nah, I don't. I really don't.
I feel like every man has draked once in a life.
Who doesn't Drake? Like Drake is that nigga. Who doesn't Drake? I'm sorry.
But it's
He is
like,
that
you
nigga.
know, then like
Listen,
I had a T-shirt in high school that said "Don't drink and drive."
like that Marvin's Room shit. It was some sucker shit to me. It was some sucker shit.
Only because you were not trying to be him. That's why.
Listen, that was some
Marvin's
sucker
Room
shit.
was that fucking
Marvin Room.
album.
That was some sucker shit.
Nah.
How you literally hating on the next nigga? It's like move on, just move the fuck on.
But so did LL Cool J back in the day, and nobody named him as like a hating ass
but
nigga.
LL Cool J got that
was
like
the most light skinned, darkest nigga. Like he wasn't even dark.
No,
like,
but if you
he
listen
was-
to his raps, he was such a hating ass nigga. Like he would literally say, "Leave your man, he's a lame."
yeah,
like,
he did. Yeah.
come get with me.
that's that light skin
His
shit
name
though.
That's
was,
the-
his
yeah,
name
man.
was LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool J. So
That was the era when like all light skinned people, no matter how you look, was in style. Like
No matter
I'm
how
still-
you look, no matter what the fuck you look like.
Heavy D, Heavy
So,
D.
Yo.
okay,
Heavy D
so
was
that
that
could
dude.
go off the question we said earlier. Were
Yeah.
your insecurities formed from how you felt about yourself, or do you feel like your insecurity came from how society viewed you?
Right.
It was more so the latter. It was more so like
okay.
Yeah.
it's you know what it was. It's something that I've gotten better with, you know, with age. Just always trying to prove myself.
Okay.
That was probably a big one.
Okay.
Always just because I knew my worth. And I always wanted everybody else to know my worth. I always wanted everybody to know, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm you know what I mean? But that was probably it. So it was probably society. I guess this is a society factor.
Yeah.
But now, but as you go on, you know, you realize like I'm that nigga. Mm-hmm. So then you know you be like, nah. But you know your worth. Once you know who you are, you act accordingly, and you don't have to do as much. You don't have to talk as much. You don't have to.
Yeah.
People kind of just feel the energy, and I wasn't being cocky. I was joking, but I'm confident. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, you know, I know this is a little off topic, but confuse confidence with being
Arrogance.
being arrogant.
Right.
And it's not like you was trying to be arrogant because you was light skinned. You was just confident. You was just a confident light skinned nigga. That's
Right.
it.
I'm saying, look, everybody out there, like, you gotta tell yourself you that nigga or you that bitch. You feel me? Or you that chick or whatever you want to say. Just say that shit. Like, say that shit proudly. Shit, say that shit in the mirror.
Yeah.
Say that shit to yourself when
I
you walk out the
agree.
room.
'Cause
Because you're a reflection.
Go ahead.
No, you're a reflection, you know, of yourself to others. You know what I'm saying? So like you could walk into a mall, right? And you could, before you went to the mall, you probably got dressed up, you probably got lit, and you were like, yo, look, I'm fly as fuck. And then you walk into the mall, right? And then you see some people walk by and they say, you know, she thinks she fly as fuck. He think he fly as fuck. Well, yeah, I fucking do.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't have that self confidence, you're gonna end up someone that has to get that confidence off somebody else. So
Right,
you find
yeah.
yourself relying on other people to
Validation.
validate yourself. So
Exactly.
now you're fiending for your friends or for those people around you to give validation. Like, am I good enough? Am I this? Am I that? Like, what do you think about me? What do you think about this? And it's like, that's corny.
My bad. Yeah.
It's not corny, but like for those that do feel that way, but at the same time, it's like you have to now learn to love yourself.
Right.
Because other people can't validate you. You was born by yourself. You're gonna die by yourself. So you need to love yourself.
Yeah.
So I got a question though, like, and this goes off, you know, this is in the question, whatever. But like, do you think other people can like spot your insecurities? Like, do you think that like they can look at you and be like, man, you know, cause light skin over there, like that's his problem, or like, oh, you don't got no, you know, like, do you think that the people can see that as your insecurities, or do you feel like you're able to mask it?
Well, like I said, that's not my insecurity anymore. But like I would say no, because like confidence is everything, right? So you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like that goes back to even when we were talking about roasting last week. Like if you're not showing that you're outwardly, you know, giving into that or outwardly disturbed by other
Yeah. people's
people's opinion, then no. You know what I mean? If you walk in with confidence, you walk in a room like you the best thing in the room, then no. You know what I mean? People just, they absorb that energy opposed to what it is that you may be feeling insecure about.
Got you.
Big facts.
For me, I would say no at first, because well, and also it also goes to who knows me and who don't. The people that knows me, they know my insecurity, because once they, like, for example, my boobs, once they actually see my boobs, they be like, damn, sis, like, why were you hiding those?
This
You
is
know why I was hiding them. And so like once people see like me for who I am, and see like the person, like once they see me as carefree, like they see me relaxed and in my zone and claiming myself, they now could look back at how they first met me and realize the insecurities that I had. And so yeah, I feel like at first, no, they can't. I was able to mask it for the boob thing. I was able to wear baggy clothes, cover up my insecurity so people can't see it. But the more people get to know you, I feel like then they will get to see like what your true insecurities are, and it starts to reveal itself.
Got you.
Well, I think that definitely comes from when like your insecurities come from, you know, society, right? So like, I think my insecurities that came from society were like when people used to tell me, "Oh, you talk white," or "You act white," or "You dance, you dance white." You know, and I remember that like at like my very first party, it was probably like the 6th grade or something like that, right? And then it was like, "Oh, you dance white," and I'm just like, "What do you mean?" Like, you know what I mean? So then like from that point on, like how Sean was trying to say, it was just like I was trying to prove myself, like I ain't white, like fuck that, I ain't white. Like, you know what I mean? What do you mean? I could dance. And then like now it's like, you know, none of those things even matter. And then truthfully,
Wow.
you being an asshole right now?
Yes, he is.
You being an asshole?
Nah, what happened?
But to continue on, I want to
Did you hear
piggyback.
him?
Such a jerk.
What happened?
You know what? I was really talking about my insecurities, and then now you like.
I didn't do any. What?
But to piggyback on Janelle, because I'm with you on that. I feel like we have almost the same experiences.
But yeah, but now though, like I was in a circle recently where like I used a word. And what was I was trying to open something. I was like, I can't open it. They was like, oh, you struggling. And I was like, yeah. I said, because it's not perforated. Right? And it was like, excuse me, like, please use words that we understand. Like, don't be using all those big languages and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, it's not my fault that you don't know these words. Yeah. It's like, and then I think, like, younger, I would have felt insecure about talking like that around people if they didn't know. And I probably would have tried to dumb myself down. But, like, now, no. Little fucking T.I. out here. What the fuck?
Yeah, but that struck a nerve with me because, so growing up, that was always me. So, like, to the point that in school, people used to be like, oh, you're not allowed to say the N-word. You're not allowed to curse because it doesn't sound right coming out your mouth. And I'm like, what does that mean? Oh, you have a white voice. Even my ex.
So, can you say the N-word right now?
Nigga?
Nigga, please.
Say it again.
No. And so, like, even my ex was...
See, that's growth. That is growth.
My ex, he would have me, like, there were, whenever, like, we have to call a restaurant for a reservation or, like, follow up for confirmation for an appointment, he'd be like, can you call? And I realized he used to always have me calling. So I asked, like, why am I always the one calling? He was like, oh, because you have the white girl voice. I'm like, what does that mean?
We're going to get better reservations because
have a Becky's voice. Like, he was like, every time you get on the phone, you have a white girl's voice. I'm like, it's not my fault. I was raised in the suburbs. And
Until you say your name.
I purposely put on the white girl voice when I'm doing things.
Till she says nigga.
Yeah.
But no.
No, he said until I say my name. Because, you know, my name is nothing.
White Sophie.
No, that's not my name.
Oh.
My full name.
Oh, you know
And
what?
we ain't putting my full name out
You
there.
know what? That's for the new normal after dark. Okay?
That's not even. That's for
I was
y'all.
gonna say,
I'll
and
tell y'all
then
my full name. I'll tell y'all.
Okay.
But I ain't telling. Don't do. I will throw my drink at you, Ian.
I just muted it out. It's cool though.
Because that's always been my thing. I used to always say that the only way people get invited to my wedding is if they knew my full. That's another insecurity. My full name was my insecurity.
Really?
So I used to always introduce myself as Sophie. Never as my full name.
All right. Well, I'm excited to know because then I'm gonna be invited to the wedding.
Right. So, like,
Whenever
what's my
that's
full
gonna
name?
happen.
Huh?
Miss.
You know what? I think as women, that's another insecurity because they place labels on us like, are we worthy as women based on our age and are we not married or not married? Like, I think that's kind of
I can see
up.
that. But I feel like that's, I mean, I don't know about Sean, but I know in my household, you know, a Caribbean household, like the fact that I'm not married and I have a child, it's like, bruh. Like it's just damn. I should have used my little. Hold on, let me go to my bro button. Bruh. It's really like that. They're looking at me like, what are you doing? Like,
but was it also not only a Caribbean household but a Christian? Were you raised in that household also?
Yeah. So like, my mom is like, yo, when you gonna make it? Like, when are you going to be an honest man? Like, not make a woman honest, but when are you gonna be honest? I'm like,
you gonna stop playing.
What makes you?
the streets is calling my name.
I'm going to the streets. The streets are calling my name.
Hey, so
He belongs to the streets.
you know,
He belongs to the street.
She belongs to the street.
but you know but anyway, but that's how I feel. But let's get back into it. So I'm sorry, I'm looking off, but do you feel like you need to know, like, identify your insecurities to, like, in order to, like, make yourself strong? Or
I feel like we should ask Sean that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. You absolutely do.
Why do you feel that way?
Because that's the only way to fix it. Like, clarity of a situation is the only way to come to a resolution or a solution. You know what I mean? A solution to it. People pick up on fake shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can fake it all day, but people are gonna eventually
call you out
on it, or it's gonna leak. Time reveals all, so it's gonna leak
That's a good
eventually.
point.
So it's better that you identify it early, and then even if you have to embellish it after, that can actually be a solution to it.
Embrace your insecurities. Embrace it.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
embrace it and embellish it.
like, I think now we're in an age where people like they're so used to going to the doctors and fixing their insecurities,
Shout out to
And-
Dr. Miami. He has done
Right.
some great work out here in these streets.
Some great words. Wow.
And
He's
some-
coming up
some
on a
doctors
special,
have
y'all.
not.
He's coming up on a special. So, all y'all women that need something, hit up his special because it's the summertime.
And I think it's not even a need. I think it's more of like a want. Like, I think it's when your insecurities, especially we're in this social media age, right? And you allow like these images of, whether it's women or men, you know what I mean, get to you to a point where you feel like you have to reach this point of perfection that in order to make yourself feel better, and I think that in general, like when it's called, self-confidence or self-esteem, it's esteem of your motherfucking self, bitch. Cat Williams said it best, but like, it has to come from within, you know what I mean? You have to really be super, super introspective and have those talks with yourself. Like, what really makes me happy? You know what I mean? Is
We popping
popping bottles.
Shit that happened in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm not Janelle, I'm not Janelle.
On
But-
Janelle's defense,
Thank you.
It popped. It
By
literally
itself.
popped by itself. I watched it the whole time. It popped by itself.
'Cause y'all
All
know.
she did was unscrew
Unscrew
the
it,
thing,
and I walked
it,
away.
and it popped by itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also agree that like you should embrace your insecurities, because I feel like once you embrace your insecurity, it's like, can nobody fuck with you?
Exactly.
And it's like, just like how we was talking about the roasting, and like I think you mentioned it last week, when if somebody's roasting you and then you start roasting yourself, it's like, dang,
Right.
that person gonna be like, dang, I
don't have no ammo no more.
Yeah, I can't say nothing no more because you already said everything I want to say about you. You said it about yourself. So I feel like once you embrace your insecurity, you will have this newfound confidence that can't nobody come for you, because you done already come for yourself. So
Yeah, that's what I meant by embellishing it. Because like if you look at 8 Mile, I use the 8 Mile example when Eminem in that last battle, the battle that had all the marbles on the table, he straight up gunned himself the whole time.
Yep.
He gunned himself, and then old boy ended up not having anything to say because he already said everything he needed to say. And yeah, the rest was history after that.
I would say this, puff pass, but
Fuck up the rotation.
Yeah. yeah,
it was the
know,
puff pass
it's-
for me.
hey, sometimes people not ready for all that.
She
She not in
ready.
she not in Washington State right now. But I'll go ahead and say, like, with me, I had to learn how to make my insecurity into a strength, right? So like,
How did you do that though?
how did I do that? I was fucking forced. I remember it was my freshman year of football, right? And my coach comes up to me and like, I'm always like, at that time I was being the last one on the drills. Like, I didn't want to be first. I just wanted to like just kind of like just go,
blend into the background.
blend in. I didn't want to be noticed. And I had a short coach, and he came up to me. He was like, you can't just, if you want to get on the field, you can't be all the way back here. Like, you got to be in the front. And I'm like, okay, but like, I'm making all the excuses in the world, right? All the excuses. And he was like, you got to make your weakness into your strength. So like, yeah, everybody here is tall, they can do this, they can do that, but what can you do? What can you do better than them? And so he was like, he made me write down like what I could do. And I then started like realizing, I'm like, damn, I'm better at this, I'm better at that. And then my sophomore year, I went to a different coach, and I was always, I never thought of myself as a defensive player. I always played offense, running back, get the ball, it's hard for people to hit me. So I was always good. And I remember he, like the first defensive, cause Piscataway, like we defense, like defense wins championships over here. Right. So he made me play corner, and he made me go up against this nigga that was like 6'2", and I'm like, I'm 5 foot nothing, and this nigga is 6'2". All he gonna do is just moss me every time. And he was like, if you play like that, yeah. What is your strength? Aren't you strong? Get up on a nigga. Wrestle him.
Right.
And I had to learn that, like, that's a part of my strength. Like my leverage, my this, my that. And I learned how to do all that, which then propelled me into getting, looked at from different schools and colleges and things like that. And I would have never thought that playing that way would have pushed me over there. Right. So it then created a mindset like, oh, like, I want you to think that I'm scared of you. Because once I get on the field, I'm gonna crack you. And it helped me out. It helped me out. And now I have that mentality to this day.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
I feel like insecurities are also formed by us comparing ourselves to others. Cause I know for me, like I tell people I could hold a note. I never said I could sing, because
wait, but holding a note, like, isn't that the same thing though?
No, because not everybody can hold a note.
Because I say I can hold a tune. Like, I don't know if I can hold a note. I can hold a tune a little bit. But you know what I mean? But like it's totally different from being able to sing.
Can I put you on the spot? Let me hear that note.
No. So
let me hear that note.
No.
Do, re, mi. Come on.
Do, re, mi. Let me hear that.
As I was saying, I always say I could hold a note, and like people used to be like, "Oh, you can sing." I'm like, "No, I can't sing. I can hold a note." And I used to always say that because I would always compare myself like to my god sister, who's an amazing singer, my god brother, amazing singer, and it's like I was always comparing myself to them. So it was like, for you to say I could do this, is like, nah, you like, no, I'm nothing compared to, and that's always that. I feel like people do that a lot, is that they compare themselves to other people, which causes them to have insecurities within their self. But it's like, as years go on, you have to learn, because that also caused me to have stage fright. And so hence why I wasn't trying to do a note right now. And so, but that's one thing that I said in 2020, that one thing I really wanted to do was get over my stage fright, because people around me was trying to get me to sing more, especially in church. They was trying to get me to sing more and be like the leader. And I'm like, but I'm scared. Like, I legit would have panic attacks before singing. And so I realized that, like, nah, this can't be life. Like, I can't live my whole life having panic attack every time I want to sing or something like that. But then I realized it's because I'm always comparing myself to people that I was around that could really sing. And it's like, but now I need to embrace my own self, my own voice. It's like, just because my voice isn't like theirs doesn't mean I can't do it. Right. So just because, like, you're not that person doesn't mean you don't have the strength in that same category. So that's what your story reminded me of. Got you. So have you made, like, are you able to make that into your strength yet, or are you still working on it? I feel like I'm getting there. I'm still working on it. But compared to, like, last year, it's like night and day, because I feel like last year there was no way on heaven's green earth you will have me. I like being in choirs. I like being able to blend in with everyone. I don't like being on the spotlight. But then, like, last year, I really decided, I made it my mission to actually put myself out there. And if you don't make that decision for yourself to put yourself out there and to really embrace who you are as an individual. Because I feel like, just like you said, the Dr. Miami, everybody going to Dr. Miami because everybody want that one look. But it's like, we need to understand that not God created all of us different for a reason.
Right.
For a reason. And the fact that like we should not be wanting to look like the next person. We should want to look like ourselves. So we need to embrace ourselves for who we are.
Right. And then imagine how corny it is, like when you're somebody like you growing up, this is genetics, and then like you get asked whether or not you have surgery. You're like, no, I will never spend money
Like,
on
all these other bitches trying to look like me. This is
right. Like I was born this way, but you know, like
I'm too.
you know, it's just crazy, and you know, like the world that we live in now.
Yeah.
So
So to piggyback off of Janelle, Sean, do you feel like with the women getting all these surgeries, do you feel like in that one look, like if that originality is gone, like with women?
Facts. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Why? Because one, all right, so everybody wants to look like Kim Kardashian or whatever the case, or fucking Meg Thee Stallion, or whoever they bring, Nicki Minaj, whoever the poster they bring to Dr. you know what I mean, in Miami, and like, come on, because it changes you at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you weren't, like, I get it, you're getting thousands of likes now. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, and now you're gassed, but that's not you. It's not you. You're being gassed off of the strength of you becoming someone else. Like, first of all, how's your kids gonna look? How's your kids gonna look?
Yo, that's fact. That's straight facts. That's
And
straight.
it's funny because someone actually said that. They was like, if you really want to know what a female actually look like,
look
look at their mother, look at their kids.
Yeah.
You see the genetics and what they really look like. But okay, but in saying that, for like the guys, so you know how a lot of guys start doing like the hair plugs, or even like, who was it? Self. Not Self.
Envy?
The one that
Tory
got the
Lanez.
Oh.
no, the one that got the surgery. The
the lipo.
Flex.
Yeah. So like, as guys, do you feel like there's also things that guys do
Pressured
to
to
make
want abs
Niggas-
and all of this.
Niggas
to
do
want
that
the
shit
6
too.
packs? The
Niggas do that shit too, but it's like, yo, look, we can go to the gym for that shit. We can
Facts.
naturally do that shit.
Well, women can too. It just like you
It's
just
just
gotta be
like longer.
That's what I'm
dedicated.
saying. Women too. But you know what?
Nah, because it's like there's certain things that like women can make themselves skinnier, right? But you can't make your breast grow.
Right? No, yeah, that's the
You
one thing I
can't
just
make,
like.
you know,
There's no way
like-
around
I
making
just
my
had a
breast
thought,
go.
and it's just for
It's-
the guys.
But like you
'Cause
can
I'm
make your
like,
butt bigger though. Like you can work out and make your butt bigger.
So
Yo,
you're
your
saying
butt,
that?
but
I was
it's
like,
not gonna be the
what about the
same,
guys
though.
that like are a
Toothpick.
No, she's talking about.
Oh,
She's talking about, you know,
the
the elephant trunk.
It's penis.
Yeah, yeah.
It's penis pumps. It's penis pumps.
Oh,
It's penis pumps.
what's the
and-
name for those?
It's
For, as
going
he
left.
said, Dr. Miami.
It's going left real
but
quick.
Dr. Miami do penis enlargement surgeries.
Right, and I
For you
actually
men.
know somebody
That had one?
No, not that had one, but like,
Because I was about to.
Me too. I was like, oh,
I was
really?
gonna
That's
say-
interesting.
well, you know what? I don't know them. Let me not know. This is rumored. This is rumored. But there's when you go to the sex store, there's extensions you can get for your penis
Oh yes.
to put on it. So like, it
No
was rumored
way.
that I heard that.
Are you
Wait,
serious?
You never heard of that?
Like, yeah.
Okay, so
like
heard
one
of
of my friends' significant other.
I would never
Got
feel
one?
comfortable in being like.
put the penis
Never.
attachment.
You
on.
know how like the thing of it's not even about me and Sean gunning each other that like nigga you got a penis. No, it's about the woman because there's a level of like she's going to look at you and she's gonna just like the way she's gonna gun you.
Right.
It's
My
gonna
thing is, like,
it's
a
gonna
woman
hurt.
You see them get mad at you?
But a woman has
let her
to
get
no.
mad at you.
But I think that has to be a conversation because a woman really has to love you, right? To be like, all right, I'm accepting this penis extension that you're putting on. Like, right?
Penis
Who's asking
Right
for
or
it?
wrong.
Like, is the female asking for the?
I think, honestly, I think the
existence?
female
Guy
is
is like,
no. I'm
asking
pretty
for it,
sure
then
the
that's
female
worse.
actually.
Hurts.
I'm pretty sure the female asks for it. I'm pretty
That
sure.
has to hurt. That has to hurt.
It's not enough
But at the
alcohol
end
in
of the
the
day,
world.
but at the end of the day, if
just
that's
gotta
what it
walk away,
comes
brother.
down to, and
That's
she
why I'm-
loves you regardless, you know what? Go ahead, do it. You know what? I'm with, like, I've heard some strange ass shit, and it's like, yo, if you
To all
like
you
it, I love
fellas,
it.
If your woman come up to you and says she want a penis extension and you accept it, that's real love. That means you care about her pleasure
Right. And you don't want her to
over
go
your
nowhere else.
ego. I applaud y'all because
That's what it's about.
That's a lot to be able to do that.
That's what it's about.
Because that just shows
Please
like
your woman.
you care about your woman's pleasure too, on top of yours. So that's
Right.
Let me just say
But then
this.
that also means that you realize too, you did some introspection, like, yo, she's
Within
not
yourself.
satisfied, and like, you know,
You better get that tongue game up for something.
Yo, there's other
No
things.
extendo clips. No way.
window clips,
Nah.
like hair.
no, but every real woman, it's like, okay, like, yeah, you know, great, you know, fucking head is amazing, but however, like, if you can't follow up with something amazing after that, and it's just like,
All I'm gonna say is, you know what? That's gonna sound so egotistical of me, but I never was insecure in that department. And I'm not even gonna be like, oh, my shit is just. I ain't gonna say my shit is a
got
Negro
that.
spiritual swing low, but
no, but
my
the
thing is,
stallions
you know,
that you be pulling,
niggas
you
confident
gotta,
what they
you know,
do.
I'm sorry, I'm convinced that Ian has like the biggest dick in the world because I'm
the
saying.
stories this
No,
nigga
the
be
stories
telling.
and the type of women he be pulling, like he pulls women like that are like 5'8", 5'9". You be like,
Okay, but honestly, I feel like that has a
5'10"
lot.
too,
I
you
feel
know.
like
I had a
Oh,
I had
now
a
you
footer.
bragging. Now
No,
you
I'm not trying to
bragging.
brag, but I had a footer or two in my day.
but I feel like also I
Some
feel like,
Amazons.
but I feel like,
yo, they be stacked.
Yeah.
but that's the thing,
Like
like,
butts, this, that, like you gotta. I'm sorry,
but
I'm
that's the
convinced.
thing. That's the thing because when you encounter a female, they're not seeing. You're not just pulling it out. I feel like it has a lot to do with his confidence. Because like I remember, you don't know this, but like we had a video at work and I was showing my friend a video and she saw you and she was like, wow, this guy has a lot of confidence, and she saw it through the video. His confidence.
What the fuck was I doing? 'Cause I was just working.
It was the Valentine's Day party that we had at work.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
he was like, I was just working.
Yo, that's
But like
funny
the
as
fact that
hell.
I feel like Ian has a lot of confidence.
Okay.
And it shows off. It's like, yo, who is this short nigga? Well, all this confidence, like now I wanna like
explore. Like why? What makes you
what
so
is-
confident?
Yes, like
All I'm gonna say is, you know, when you're
and this
short,
isn't,
You have to
yeah,
compensate.
you have to. I'm not saying
it's
that
not
you gotta
about
compensate, but you gotta
it's
know
all
what
about
you. Yeah.
embracing your insecurity.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
like that goes back to embracing your insecurity.
Yeah.
Once you embrace your insecurity, embrace who you are, is like that confidence like pours out in so many different ways. You don't even notice. Like,
Yeah,
you're-
it definitely
No,
is.
it's right. Yeah, no,
Not
you're
even-
right. Like it's energy, period. Like you
Yeah.
know what I mean. When you put out, like you know, when you feel good about yourself, other people can feel that.
Right.
You know, so it's like,
Exactly.
especially like when somebody feels, you know, when like somebody's upset and they're down, and like they don't even say anything, you already know.
You know what's
like,
up. Yeah.
you know, it's the same way.
Yeah, I mean, all I could say is that like my energy when I'm at work, my energy is just is always here because my thing is whatever's going on at home, I
Doesn't
don't need to
matter
bring
here.
I don't need
Right.
to bring it to work. So I'm always gonna have a certain type of energy. You never know. You're not gonna know when I'm sad unless somebody just died right in front of me. But you're never gonna know any of that. So that's the energy that I'm bringing. But
Poised.
but exactly. But it like I said, everything for me boils back down to football. You know, I had to have that confidence because it's like, you know, I remember like when I went to college and played, and I remember like my first day in camp, and I saw like everybody was a footer. And I was like, and I ain't gonna lie, I was intimidated as a motherfucker, but I had to just like, fuck it, I'm here. You know, I'm here for a reason.
Right.
And I remember my first college party, and I walked in, and like everybody's all coupled up. Reminds you, I don't dance. You know, I just pull up my pants and lean back. And that's
I'm
all
like,
I.
what do you mean by pull up his pants?
But
Right, yeah.
that's all I. You know, I'm not. You know, I'm not a typical Jamaican. I don't do it like you know.
You don't
I'm
know
not.
to wine?
I'm
You
not.
don't roll the boat?
He on Dutch
All I can do is signal the plane. that's
He takes away my black card. I takes away his Jamaican card.
right,
That was
his
horrible.
Caribbean
That
card,
was
yeah.
horrible.
It is,
That was
it is
horrible.
what it is,
That was
but
horrible.
my thing is that like, but
It was
like I remember my ex, and my ex would like, and I was always confused by this because like at that time I still wasn't as confident as I am now, and she used to say like, yo, like I remember when I first saw you, and I said, what you mean? She was like, you walk into a room. And like, even though you was the shortest nigga in there, you was the tall. Like it felt like you was.
I
the
told you that the other day. I was like, yo, like the way you be acting sometimes is as if you're like 6'11".
Right.
Like even though he's so short, but it's like he comes off as if he's
It's energy.
a 6 foot nigga. It's like
energy.
It's because of his confidence.
Yeah.
It's like
You're all
You gotta
fine.
come in there like,
and I
I'm
be
the
like-
best
Talk to others.
thing
Yeah.
moving.
Right?
You
And
know
I'd be
what I
like,
mean?
yo, I wish a
That's
nigga
it.
would fuck with me. Like but that's just the mentality that I have to have because, you know, I got it from football and things like that.
okay. So can I ask a question to y'all? Do y'all feel like y'all insecurity held you back from like from doing certain things or like even certain jobs or like getting into certain relationships because of y'all insecurities?
My insecurity got me into too much.
Wait, how?
Because you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, like back in the day, I was always about like the team spirit and like you know what I'm saying, spreading the love and you know what I mean? Because
Spread love.
it's like
is the
let's
Brooklyn way.
spread love. Like you feel me? If I'm on the
Right.
football team, you know what I'm saying? Like let's have this camaraderie and let's win this chip. Let's not be beefing with each other. Let's beef with the other team.
Oh, you the true
what
light
I'm
skin.
saying? I was-
One love.
I was like, well, I was like that. So, but then niggas would try me for that. So, but
Like, yeah, how
but the
far
whole
you gonna go type of thing.
Right. So
Yeah.
the whole thing was like, okay, now it's to the point where it's like, look, my nigga, don't get it twisted, don't get it fucked up. Like, we could do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was also the type that I won't fight the small person. You know what I'm saying? I won't ever do that. I won't fight somebody smaller than me. I don't pick I actually pick the biggest motherfucker in the world and. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't so much, but it is what it is. Like, it's,
No.
Yeah,
I
Janelle.
mean, we all, you know.
Did
I
your
ain't gonna-
insecurity hold
Piggyback
you
off of
back?
that.
I ain't gonna lie, I did. I used to look for the biggest motherfucker just to fuck with. I
Yeah.
would be like, oh.
Okay,
you think
David
you-
and Goliath.
Nah, cause like I just it'll be the thing. It'll be like, for instance, I remember this one time. It was my freshman year of college, and we just came back home, and I'm like, it was me, my cousin, and one of our other friends, and we were going to Fridays, and we're walking into Fridays, and this dude drunk as hell, and he's stumbling, and I started laughing, and he was like, "What the fuck you laughing about?" And I said, "You." And he thought that like since he was so big, he was gonna intimidate me.
You or
So all I used to say, and
You know, once Ian start laughing,
Yeah.
it gets real.
but all I used to say is like, yo, come to this box right here. Like, you know how like, you know,
You
you're
got
in the
that
street-
bubble.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you
That
talking about
space.
like in like the
Yeah.
wrestling,
No,
like
No.
yeah,
but-
but you know when you're like on the street corner, there's like the little boxes on the street corners. I'd be like, just come into my box. Just say that right here.
The
like,
sidewalk box.
Don't,
Right,
don't,
don't be over there
okay.
saying
don't
something
say
like
that over there. Just say just come over here real quick. Just go. It's cool. It's cool. And I will wait for that person to come. And as soon as if he comes, I know he's not expecting me to swing first. And sure enough, I will swing first, and I will swing and I will hit you where it hurts.
Yeah.
Like,
He used his height to his advantage.
and I'm gonna say this, you know, shout out to Money Floyd Mayweather over there. He made every short man
Yeah, right.
look
Proud.
good.
Yeah, this
That-
weekend.
yeah,
Yeah.
even
Gave
though the
them
fight was a
extra
little boring.
confidence.
It was a little boring.
But Floyd made me. I was like, I'm looking for a tall nigga to throw some hands
But
on.
even
right
like
now.
at his age too, like, you know what I mean? I think that's, it's huge, So, but I was gonna say, like, to piggyback off of Sean, like, and I didn't even realize how like being light skinned was an insecurity for me until he just mentioned like fighting. So like,
Oh yeah, I heard about you. Heard your
so
stories.
and
Tell
I
us
think,
your
like,
story.
so in middle school, it was just like I felt like I was, like I was like the most thorough person in the crew, right? I'm from up north.
Okay.
Whatever. So like, and like, of course, like I'm hanging around the bougie people. Like I'm bougie. I am. Like
north,
I've had it.
Up north, like where?
I was semi-raised in East Orange and Irvington, but like I really grew up in
I wouldn't say
Somerset.
my hood because I was
In Somerset. But so I thought like having that, like, oh, I'm from here. You know what I mean? Like I kind of had to prove myself or whatever. So like with fighting and everything, it was just like, so like there was this girl one time picking on my friend. And like my friend was like literally like soaking wet 99 pounds. You know what I mean? I'm like, you ain't picking on my friend. Like, you know what I mean? Blah, blah. So like,
Right.
I went, fought the girl, blah, blah, whatever, beat her up. But she had long nails or whatever. So like I had a couple scratches on my face. So went back to school, they like, oh, it looked like you got beat up or whatever. I'm like, no, ask everybody that was there. Like it wasn't like that. So then went back on the bus the next day, went back to her bus stop, fought her again. Whatever, beat her up again. But then I got caught that time because my neighbor was her parents were friends with my parents. And I got the ass whooping of my life.
But did you
So
fight her
maybe
the
we should call
second?
you the bully.
But did you fight her the second time to prove a point? Because
To
people
prove a
were
point, right.
people were
So that was another insecurity, right? Like to prove a point, like, are you like, what? Y'all think I ain't beat her up? Like, let me show you again. I'll do it
so your
again.
insecurities
Yeah.
did
You
hold
know
you
what I
back.
mean?
Your-
I'll do
And
it
that's,
again.
that's the thing right there. Exactly.
So it was just like, really, really just trying to prove myself, like, you know what I mean? And then I always like had this motto too, like it was like, don't let the light skin long hair fool you, I'll fuck you up.
yeah.
Like, and then like, and now it's just like, yo,
I said
nigga,
for
you got
Yeah,
that.
I
Like,
see
you got
this
that.
just like
Like,
that.
you got that, or it's just like, really, this not what you want.
Yeah.
And that's really what, like, I tell people when in any altercations I get into, it's just like either I don't say nothing, or if it's like somebody that I feel like deserves me having a conversation with, it's just like, come on, it's not what you want. Like, this not what you want.
I would say for me, my insecurities held me back because like I felt like there was no point of me proving. There was no point of me proving to everyone. So for me,
Well, good
and
for you.
my best friend, she said, but okay, because my biggest insecurity was my boobs. So that's why I always
Right.
refer back to my boobs.
Always gotta go back to the boobs.
Go back to
And
the right.
so my best friend, she used to always, shout out to Tina, love you, girl. She used to always, whenever we used to go out, always put me in these outfits that had my boobs out. And I'm like, yeah, no, sis. No. And then she'd be like, but no, you need to like embrace yourself. And I'm like, no, I'm not wearing these outfits. But then like I'll put it on just to shut her up. And so she'll be like, see, like you look great, you look beautiful. And I'm like, I feel naked. But then like, so for me, because I was born in Newark, and I didn't move to the suburbs till first grade, and so
Little hood bugger.
he calls me a hood bugger, but he's the one that's avoiding my black card. And so, but
About your mindset.
and that's the thing, like, and so for me, I was the opposite. I felt like I had to blend in and not show like, oh, you're from Newark, you're the ghetto chick and stuff like that. Because when I moved to West Orange, I didn't go to the typical
Ghetto girl.
I didn't go to the what they would call, because we had in West Orange we had the upper part of West Orange was up the hill, which was where all the rich folks lived. Right. Down the hill was like the middle class, and the valley was like middle class, lower class. And so for me, it was like when I moved to West Orange, I lived down the hill, but my mom went to the Board of Education and got us to go to school up the hill. So we went to school with literally, like, one of my sister classmates, his dad made the outfit for Bad Boys. The whole Bad Boys jersey that they used to rock, the 501 or 5001 outfit they used to wear back in the day. That's how old it was.
Father, I don't know that.
It's in the whole museum. They have a whole museum and it said Bad Boys.
Does anybody know that one?
Y'all don't know it, but if y'all go to the hip hop museum in Newark, it's up there. And that's the thing, like,
it's a Newark classic. We'll just
rock
leave it
with
at
it.
that.
Yeah, rock
y'all
with
don't know it. But y'all from down here. Y'all don't know.
The thing about
The
it
billionaire,
is, even though we're
the
from
billionaire
down
club,
here, like,
the billionaire club,
we know
the billionaire club. His dad also started that, and so
Billionaire Boys.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Billionaire Boys Club.
it started as Billionaire Club.
Oh, okay.
See, yeah, learn y'all history.
Heard that.
Learn y'all history.
We find out something new every day.
But yeah, so that was one of my sister classmate high school graduation. It was a boy.
White boy. Okay.
No, he was a black boy.
Oh, black dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't
His
know
dad
that was
is a black.
company.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
his dad is a black designer. They actually still, because they make a lot of fabulous suits that he wears now.
Okay.
Like the last suit Fabulous wore to his birthday, they made it.
Okay.
And so and they're from West Orange. And so like we went to school with like the upper class people. And so for us it was like, okay, we can't come in to these white neighborhood acting all ratchet and acting crazy. Like we need to be civilized and I guess that's where my white voice came in.
Well, I'm just saying, if you really learn proper education, it's like, especially we're talking about, we have English education. If you learn it the correct way, you're going to kind of talk like the way it fucking sounds, and it sounds mad proper. It just does.
Yeah, we need to stop saying like talking proper is white, because I feel like
Yes, can we stop saying that? Because black people are educated too.
Right.
Black people are proper too. Like
Right.
the fact that and that, I think that was one of the things that used to upset me, was the fact that it'd be like, oh, you're talking white. Oh, you're white. Like no. Why is this classified as being a white thing? Why can't talking proper be a black thing?
Right.
Why can't being educated be a black thing? Because there are black educators, there are
Right.
black lawyers, there are black doctors. Black people are smart. Like
Right.
stop putting that into just a bubble of white folks because they are the only one that could do that. It's like
It's
no,
not. Right.
black people could do that too.
Right,
Trust me,
I was gonna
yeah.
say that. I was like, that's a form. What were you saying? You said someone always makes you. Was it your brother or something that makes?
Oh, my ex.
Oh, your ex. Okay, your ex.
Always
tells
made me
you,
call because
they say
I
you
had
gotta
a
put
white.
the white voice.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like a form of aberration in a way. That's like a compliment. You know what I'm saying? He's making a joke out of it, but it's a compliment because everybody can't talk to everybody.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
But at first you don't see it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
At first it's kind of hard to
I can
see
see how
it.
you would look at
Especially
it
being
like
young. And being young, you
Right,
don't know
especially
that.
being-
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like, you don't know that, like, hey, them saying that is actually going to probably get me further in life.
right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's
Exactly.
so it's just like, and then now it's like I be trying to school the younger generation, and then like it's either you get really, really receptive people, or you get like people like that are super standoffish and like feel like you feel as though that you're better than them, and it's like, no, I'm just trying to let you know that this is, you got to play the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because as much as I can put on my white voice in this situation, as much as I can turn around and be like, fuck this,
Be
fuck
as
that,
hood
with all
as
my
you
Shout
wanna
out,
be.
Well,
shout
I'm
out to
fucking
Netflix
friends.
for that, because they have a show called Big Mouth, and they actually did they didn't do a whole episode, but in one of their episodes it was a black kid talking about the whole switch, how
Yeah.
he's able to turn on his black voice when he's with his cousins and all this stuff, and then when he get with the white folks in school,
Right.
he's able to it's a whole switch. And I feel like and that's the beauty of black people. We're so versatile.
Yep.
We're so versatile. Like white people cannot do that.
Right, they
Like
can't do
embrace that. Don't think.
Right.
Don't think about that as being something negative. That is something beautiful, that we are able to go into these corporate office and lay down the law and speak their language and then go home and speak to our people the way they understand us. That's a talent. That is not
Yeah.
something to be insecure about. That's not something to be teared down about. Like, there's beauty in that. So we definitely need to embrace that more rather than tear each other down about it.
Right. Well, that's our birthright too, right? Let's just think about it. Like, we are the original man, so it's like that's our birthright. We created all of this, so you know every human that's on this earth came from a black
Definitely
person.
right.
So,
Definitely right. You
so
know,
like everything that you see under the sun came from us.
just showed it. Just
Oh,
show
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Show the shirt.
Right there.
Marcus
Yes.
Garvey is one of the best. Like, you know what I mean? On there, like. You know, well, it's so many great people, but just like Marcus Garvey with his Pan-Africanism, and it was just like, you know, everybody, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter if you're from Africa, the Caribbean, the United States, you know, we all are still one.
And I just want to know, like, he has Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. A lot of these people, they spoke very intelligently.
Yeah, well, eloquently too. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean? They were super eloquent.
They spoke very well and still looked down upon.
Didn't
Right.
probably have an education either. Like, you know what I
Yes.
mean? But were able to.
But it's like,
learn
and
that.
it's crazy because you would never hear somebody say, "Oh, Rosa Parks spoke white."
But
Dr.
you know what?
King
You know what it
spoke
go.
white.
You know what it really boils down to. It really boils down to the simple fact that, you know, it's the times, right? So let's you know, and we're gonna end it off, you know, a little bit with this too, because the times have changed, right? And we all know that back then, you know, we had certain qualities, right? You know, we had our ghetto people, but our people, like our middle class people, the people that talked proper and things like that, they were never looked at really Uncle Toms. The only Uncle Toms was the ones that was really working for the white man, and that was really what it was. So nowadays, that since everybody works for a white man, or, you know, in that type of genre, if you work for somebody, but we as a people got to leave that stigma alone. Like, that's not us. Like, we are, you know, like you said, we are the original man. You know, we are educated. We are kings and queens, you know, from, you know, Africa and things like that. So we gotta embrace it. You know, like, I got my shirt. I'm all black as fuck.
And you see, and I'm in all black.
All black. You know?
I think I might wear all black every episode. Fuck it.
But, you know, going back to our topic, you know, our insecurities, you know, I feel like, you know, we all have insecurities. You know, we either have insecurities of, you know, our physical insecurities that, you know, we can't do nothing about, you know, me being short, you know, y'all being light skinned, you having big boob. Well, you could do something about that. You could get them reducted.
I don't
As long as you're
them,
not
and I
having any
love
back
them.
problems, there's no reason to.
I do have.
You do? Yeah, back problems.
But, you know, with that being said, it's like, you know, we embrace our insecurities, right? We embrace our insecurities. We
Oh, sorry. We're sharing. We're like virtually sharing with each other. Sorry.
Yeah.
again, you know, Dr. Miami will post his number up. We will give it to them so they can.
We don't need it.
throw it
No,
to
we're
themselves.
both good. We're both good. We're
Respect
both
to
very
that.
happy
Respect
with
to
our
that.
bodies.
I
Respect
love-
to that.
We're very happy with our bodies.
I love
you know,
my girls.
Like, I'm very, very secure with who I am.
That was the wrong one. That was the wrong. That was
laughing
the
at
wrong.
us?
My bad. It was supposed to be this
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Yes.
Fact.
Yes.
I love my
Black
girls.
magic. But you know, with that being said, you know, embracing your insecurities is a thing. Like, we all have to embrace our insecurities. We all have to identify our insecurities in order to grow, you know, and especially as Black people, you know, because we let too many things hold ourselves back, and I feel like we need to identify what is holding us back and be able to move forward and make ourselves, use us being black as our strength, because it is our strength. Because as you can see with the riots, with how the cops treat us, how society, Hollywood, all this, how they all treat us, we have to
They
embrace.
said we can't wear our bonnets outside.
But and then I want to say even more so on the positive side, how our culture is glorified, right?
Yes. Culture stole all that.
Like
They like to steal our culture, but when we do it, they want to tear us down for doing it.
Right.
But everybody wants to be us. So like, let's really understand and like embrace the fact that we are the model of what it means to be cool.
Yes.
We are that model, right?
Real
You know
shit.
what I mean? And embrace
Cool.
that.
We're the model of what it means to be cool. We're the model of what it means to be beautiful. We're the model of what it means to be unique. We're
Right.
the model of what it means to be different. We're the model of what it means to be
Strong.
ourselves,
Yes.
strong. Yes, people, and I want our black people to realize the only reason why they tear us down so much because they know
They can't do
our
it.
strength.
Right.
They know our beauty. They know like how powerful we are, how great we are. I feel like white folks see our potential more than we see it in ourselves,
Well, it's
and
white
that's
people.
why they tear us down.
But
because
it's white people's insecurities, right? So when, so and then let's think about it too, because it's like at the end of the day, we're talking about insecurity. So like when somebody is insecure about themselves, what do? They try to put off their insecurities on other
somebody
people.
else. Yep.
And then that's exactly what white people do. That's exactly what bullies do. That's exactly what, whatever somebody who's not secure within who they are, they try to put off their
that shit.
insecurities
Talk
on
that
other
shit,
people.
Janelle.
Yes.
And then I think we could almost kind of end it like that. Like, honestly, be secure in yourself so you don't
Yes.
try to damage somebody else.
Yes.
Because at
Only
the
a loser laughs at somebody who's failing.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Come on,
I
like,
like
bring
that.
people
we
up.
are amazing,
You know what
black
I mean?
people. We are amazing.
I love
don't
being
let
black.
nobody
Beautiful,
tell you different.
Love
love being
that,
black.
love that, and I love that ending. I ain't gonna. There's nothing
That
more
was
that I need to
amazing.
say. There's nothing that nobody else needs to say.
Yes.
But that was definitely a great, and I feel like this was a great episode.
It was. This is-
And this is a great first episode for y'all YouTubers. Everybody that
best.
still
This
is
might be the
listening
best.
to us on our streaming services. Please keep listening to us on there.
Yes.
If you want to see what we look like, because I look good as fuck. So,
I look fine.
You don't know about
That's my
him,
sweat.
so
but we look good.
so please,
Yes,
if
please,
you want to,
Social Butterfly will tell you. Please follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Our Facebook will be up soon. Like, we're out here. We're doing things. We're expanding.
streets.
Tell them how to spell it.
Huh?
Tell them how to spell it.
The new normal is THEE, and then the new is NU normal. So definitely for the new followers on YouTube, those that are seeing this for the first time on YouTube, we are on Instagram and Twitter. Please go follow us at the new normal, THEE NU normal. We are here, and if you want to follow our individual pages, they are also on the Instagram, so you'll be able to find our individual pages on the Instagram. Sean page will be on the Instagram too, so definitely follow every single one of our pages. Mine is private, but if I see that you're following the new normal, I will
Follow you
you back and accept your
Gang,
request.
gang.
But with all that being said, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for celebrating with us for
The 1 year
Anniversary.
It's
So,
your anniversary.
and I appreciate
Anniversary.
our new cast. Even though you guys been here for a little while, but still,
My 1 year will come up in the new year.
yeah.
Well, no, December. I think
But it'll be soon. It'll be
Yeah,
soon.
it'll be
But
soon.
it's
When
it's
it's
still
cold again.
love.
When it's
Sean,
cold again.
welcome to the family.
Welcome to the
Yes.
All
Word.
positive
Appreciate it.
vibes.
That's what's
All
up.
positive vibes. So,
course.
with that being said, this is
This is the new normal podcast.
Gang, gang.
and good night.
Yeah.